Tarotscopes for the week. I know I kind of missed like a week or two, but I'm back, and I'm back using the Tarot of Moon Garden as well as the Mystical Wisdom card deck. So I have shuffled already, so let's get started with Aries as always. So Aries, you have the Lovers for this week, and I should mention it's the week of June 26th to July 2nd. So you've got the Lovers. So Aries, you're faced with some choices this week. You're asked to go with your heart. What does your heart want? This is definitely a great week for romance, and that's definitely indicated by this card, but it's saying that you have to make some kind of choice with your heart, and this might be actually making some choice about romance, but it might also be that you're feeling called to go in one direction, but your head says to go in another, and you're feeling quite torn. So it's asking you to really sit still and ask yourself, where's your passion? Where does your heart lie? To be able to make those kinds of decisions. For Taurus, we have the Queen of Staffs. Taurus, it's a week for you to get in touch with your creative energy, with your fiery side, with your passionate side. It's a time to really get out there and to be with friends as well. The Queen of Staffs I always associate with, you know, that friend that's very outgoing, that, you know, is kind of the leader. And so it's asking you to kind of take the lead in some cases, especially creatively, but also to be inspired by those who do. For Gemini, we have the Seven of Staffs. So Gemini, you may feel like you're having to take on a lot this particular week, and that you're having to defend yourself. It's almost like you feel you have to defend your choices, or that you feel, not, I wouldn't say threatened in some way, but it's almost like you might come up against some people that are jealous, or some people that you feel like you almost have to justify yourself to. And it's saying that you can stand up for yourself, that and that you don't need to justify yourself, that sometimes actions speak a lot louder than words. For Cancer, we have the Page of Swords. So Cancer, this is interesting because we do have Mars and Mercury in Cancer this week, and they're going to be making an opposition to Pluto later in the week. So I do sense that there may be some turmoil around you this week. You may feel like just old stuff is getting stirred up, but it's a good thing because it's getting you to examine those things. It's getting you to take another look at them. It's getting you to ask some questions about it. So don't be too hard on yourself if you find that some of your feelings have been kind of stirred up this week. Like, be really gentle with yourself. For Leo, oh, cards are stuck together. Come on, there we go. For Leo, we have the Ten of Cups. So for Leo, it's going to be a really great week, a great time for family, a great time to get together with the people that you love, that you consider to be your family. If you're in a couple, it's a really good indication for that as well. Also, you know, for people who are, you know, maybe trying to have a baby or trying to, you know, make some creative venture happen, this is a really good card. So it means that things are going very swimmingly for you this week. Enjoy it, celebrate, relax, have fun. For Virgo, we have the Six of Cups. So Virgo, this is a week where you're going to be definitely having feelings of nostalgia, looking back at the past, and you might even be looking back at it kind of with rose-colored glasses, remembering, you know, the good things or highlighting those, but forgetting about maybe some of the struggles you had to go through. But there is something to be learned from the past, and don't be surprised if you run into somebody this week from your past. It's getting you again to kind of examine some of those things, and maybe it's a clue that there's some things from the past that you might want to bring forward into the present. For Libra, we have the Six of Swords. Libra, you're making slow but steady progress. You are getting towards your goals, even if it doesn't feel like it. One step at a time, you are making headway, you are getting there. It's also a very good indication for Libra, if you are traveling this week, you know that it will go well. For Scorpio, we have the Queen of Cups. So while Taurus, the opposite sign, is asked to embody the Queen of Wands, you're being asked to embody the Queen of Cups. Being asked to be more receptive. You might want to, you know, be more, I feel like you're being more of a homebody this week. You're looking to just have like an environment around you that's very nurturing and soft. And you're also going to be very inspired as well. But it's more of a receptive inspiration. It's like you hear something or see something that kind of gets you inspired with things. And also it's a really good week for romance as well, Scorpio. For Sagittarius, we have the Four of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, you've got a lot on your plate, and you're happy with the things on your plate, but the problem with that is that it doesn't leave you a lot of room for new things, and Sagittarius does not like to be restricted. So you might want to look at where you can make some room in your life. It's also asking you to look at some of the structures you've set up for yourself to see if they actually work for you or not. For Capricorn, we have the Queen of Swords, so another queen. So Capricorn, you're being asked to make some decisions this week, and some decisions that people may not always like. You're being asked to use your head and to think clearly and to make some very decisive decisions. It's saying too that you need to learn something as well from the past to be able to make a wise choice and not to let the things that have disappointed us make you bitter, but more to use them for wisdom. For Aquarius, we have the Nine of Swords. Aquarius, you know, this is a week where you're going to be very worried, a week where some of your anxieties or fears may come up, and it's asking you to examine those because they're probably, you're making something bigger than it actually is. So you may have to deal with some of those issues head on. So it is an opportunity for you to let go of anything that may be holding you back. Pisces, we have the Page of Pentacles for you. So Pisces, this is a very kind of quiet week for you. It's a week where you're doing some studying, a week where you may be doing some reading, you're kind of laid back. Slow and steady, again, for you is the theme. Slow and steady wins the race. And it's asking you to kind of look at some of the things like how are you managing your money? How are you managing, you know, your health, earthy types things, your home environment, looking at those and seeing how you can nurture those. So that's what I'm seeing for each of the individual signs. And then I pulled a card for everyone overall. And what I have is potential. This one here from the Mystical Wisdom deck, which is thinking big for your future. So no matter if you're one of the signs that came up with a more challenging card this week or one that came up with, you know, kind of a positive, more easier card, it's asking you to think big about your future. What do you want in the big picture? What are your long-term goals? And to think, you know, not limit yourself and your possibilities. I think sometimes we have a tendency to think small, but really step outside of that and think of something big that you want this week. So that's what I'm seeing for this week. Let me know if you see anything else. If you are interested in getting a reading, you can go to my Etsy shop. I have both tarot and astrology and numerology readings there if you're interested. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.